Hello. Before I continue on to part 2 of my blade steering and $20 knife presentation, since it involves whittling, I thought I might show what's going on in the whittle bucket. And then lo and behold, actually, my dear wife told me that this bucket was broken. It had a crack in it. So I've actually just performed a fix on this bucket. It's holding water. So, to demonstrate what I did, I took a sheaf of zip ties, maybe 10 or so zip ties, and I heated them up with the torch until they were all melty, and then I just kind of brushed it on. Kept melting and brushing and melting and brushing. Oh, I also cooked this this plastic here on the bucket a little bit first to get it hot and melty. And I just kind of melted that all on, and it was all, lumpy. So then I just hit it with a torch until it went smooth. And then from the other side, it was really hot, so I actually was able to get in there with a finger and just kind of smush it. Although it was very hot, so it would like melt to my finger. Then I put a rubber glove on and did a bit of that. Just kind of smushed it all together. So, you can see the crack is gone. How's my echo? Right, so I think I'm going to make this attractive turquoise one my whittle bucket instead of the grey one, maybe. Because this is probably going to be more fragile and not so good for banging around. So let's decant. Now, this is the only thing in here that's floating, which obviously speaks to the mass. That's, so I think that's maple. Might have been a little punky. It just keeps on floating. So yeah, making a little slingshot there. Got a few slingshots in here. Got to keep track of those dogs too. Dogs! Hey, where are you? Honey nut cherry! Go-away! Oh man, it's typical. They always do this to me when it's social media time. Oh. Alright, okay, so back to the bucket. You got a spoon. Coming along nicely. The spoons don't really need much. I think I'm probably gonna cure them in the wax, or fire them, as Dan Dustin would say, in a wax and oil, and then I'll finish them off after that. Maybe do a little more work first, but this is a slingshot from lilac. Had this funny shape. It wasn't symmetrical, so I'm working on getting the symmetry, but I enjoy kind of trying to capture the essence of the shape of the fork whilst also applying maximum symmetry. And I know asymmetrical slingshots can work really well, or even better for some people, but I like the symmetry. This one I showed off earlier. This knot, it's kind of cute. It's almost like a bow drill divot, maybe. We could use it for that. Yeah, nice, big, solid, tactical even. Bah! More of a personal, camp spoon, maybe. Do some cooking, do some eating. This was a split that, it's coming out like a slender spatula, a spoontula, or something. Fry an egg. Another spoon. Yeah, not a lot of inventiveness and imagination in the spoon shape. It's just a kind of a spoon shape, mainly for what I'm doing here. This one's got a bit of pith in there. Should be okay. The character. Yeah, so I split the kind of elbows out of a branch to get this curve. This was a kind of an experiment of making a spoon and a slingshot out of one thing, but this part ended up cracking here. So it's just going to be a slingshot out of a sick beech Has these kind of warty bits in it. I'll try and leave some of that in maybe. Yeah, big chunky one. That's oak, very plainly. So again, we're trying to get into the symmetry, but you can see that in this instance, this was kicking off way more to that side. It was kind of like that, you know, rather than being your proper V something. Nice little beach number. It's probably about how I like them, you know, intermediate size. You can see there, yeah. It's kind of tricky to get the symmetry sometimes. Probably end up coming down into here deeper and taking off a little bit off the forks until we get there. Mountain laurel. Yeah, definitely asymmetrical in the handle, but we're going for maximum symmetry in the forks here. And this is really comfortable actually, though, this asymmetrical handle. The way that it locks into your hand like that. For me, it's kind of counterintuitive. I would think that you would want it that way, but this way is it's really good. So this is a right-hander slingshot for sure. You know, definitely biased towards being shot from the left hand. This one's looks a little crappy at the moment, but again, you know, once we'll just take the forks down. This will be a short forks on this one. And quite wide spacing then, you know, apparently the closer they are together, the more power you get, but the wider they are, the easier. And obviously the higher they are, it's more stress on the wrist, but less possibility of shooting yourself in the thumb. This is just a wedge from some oak that I split, and I thought, wow, I'll just whittle that and make a really fine wedge. Maybe then I'll make some more, and then I'll split something with wedges. Couple more slingshots in here. Doink. And I like making minis as well. So, you know, this is like a schoolboy plinker. You know, you can put string up some rubber bands on there, and well, actually, you could probably find, you know, it's probably intermediate strength on this mountain laurel. You know, yeah, I squeeze it as hard as I can. It just hurts my hand. You know, there's just a tiny bit of flex. And yeah, we're leaving some of the bark on that. Hopefully I'll be able to kind of stabilize that with the bark on it. And again, the handle on this one is definitely biased to sit in the left hand. And a little mini plinker one. Yeah, this you just put one of your stationer's rubber bands on there and shoot spitballs or little twists of paper or, you know, BBs. Just fine. Doink. So, let me just even this out a little bit. So half and half. All right. Thanks for watching.